Yeah, the UFC
and
no, but
Bellator events.
yes, Bellator I was.
Yeah,
I watched
you were
Chris
there.
Cyborg because it was my dream. Since so back in the days, I think 10 years, I was like, it was my dream to watch her,
Really?
and I watch her here. It's funny. She's Brazilian. I never saw her in Brazil, but here.
Hmm. How was that? Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to podcast. So, my guest today is Lydia Ramos. She is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and also a personal fitness trainer here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Lydia, welcome. Honored to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're most welcome, Lydia. So, Brazil, love it.
Thank you.
Love the culture. I think the world probably was very familiarized with Brazil from a lot of the great athletes that they bring. You can speak about Pele, you can speak about Ronaldo, you can speak about different ones, but a lot of them also were playing here in the Saudi soccer
True.
soccer league. Lydia, tell me about your story. How did you come here to the kingdom, and what happened? How long you
Well,
been here?
7 years exactly. I complete 7 years here this month.
Yeah.
I came here because my ex-husband, he got this job offer for both of us. They're looking for male and female jiu-jitsu trainers. Because their goal back then was in 2017, it's to also give jiu-jitsu, for those who doesn't know, it's a martial arts that actually can play a role as a self-defense. And it was a really new thing here in Saudi Arabia, but was something that was given more to men or the boys,
True.
and wasn't given to the girls. So they're looking for female people who were willing to come here and to train the girls.
Yeah.
Back then, when I got this job offer, I was trying to look for, up on Google about Saudi Arabia. I didn't find anything actually good.
And that was
or
when,
like-
in 2017?
Yeah, 2017.
2017.
Yeah, people was like, and then I found the one girl. She was Brazilian. She was taking English, I think, in I don't know, was in Daman or. But she was the only one that actually was talking about the culture, was talking about how like safe and good, how people were kind here, like how she felt about everything. She made another video. She went to Jeddah to visit there. She got emotional, and then I was like, you know what? Why not give it a try? Back then, we still have some like close, was more close, like the culture itself, but
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
still was surprisingly good. I came and I fell in love because I was supposed to be here for 2 years
Mm.
teaching, and then this 2 year become 3, 4, 5, 6. Here I am 7 years later.
Forever.
Yes,
So the plan was for you to come here a couple of years.
only
and then
2 years.
just- You're like, I'm just gonna come try this out, and then I'll be like,
Yeah.
So you came here 2018.
Yes.
Let's say, and
Beginning of
then-
2018.
Yeah. And how was the process? You came here to train jiu-jitsu at
Yes.
the beginning, right?
Yeah,
What
for the
was
kids.
For the kids.
Yes, only for
Interesting.
kids.
Interesting.
It was from 4 years old until 16.
Mm.
But what my friend, the girl who was here first, she was from UK, and what she did, she started to give self defense classes for the ladies, because we're also teaching fitness for the ladies. But then they want to know more about, okay, so this self defense, where does it come from, the moves? And then she was explaining from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
And then we actually opened this group for ladies, and then they get passionate. And the ladies, they're like married with kids, The only perspective was going to the gym, spend some time there, and that's it. But then with jiu-jitsu, it opened up another world for them.
Yeah.
Some of them even competed back then.
Interesting. Very
Yes.
interesting. They compete here in the kingdom.
Yes, in the kingdom.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna speak about competitions here and the Jiu-Jitsu League and the Jiu-Jitsu Federation, Saudi Federation. How would you say, I think us as Saudis, we love sports,
Yes.
It began with soccer or football.
Exactly.
Let me call it football,
Yeah,
right?
football, yes.
It began with football, right? We would have, a nation that's very, I would say, in love, even to an obsession about.
I think you guys are
About
more
football.
obsessed than us. It's the first country.
Yeah.
I visit some countries, but it's the first one that I actually see how passionate you guys are. When I get before when I enter, when I tell anyone that I am Brazilian, they're like, "Oh my God, Brazilian!" They start to tell me about names about the football players.
Yeah.
That's what they relate to Brazil. They are very
Yeah.
in love.
Yeah, it's true, it's true, and and to be honest, also there was big relations between Saudi Arabia and Brazil. I would say since back in the 80s, even the 70s, right? Like the first coach was Brazilian.
Exactly.
One of the first coaches that we won the Asian Cup was Brazilian. Big, of course, Brazilian stars came here. I would say Ravarinho was one of them, and I could go on and on. You got Malcolm here, and of course Neymar Jr.
Neymar, yes.
But unfortunately, his injury. So, and then when the martial arts came, I don't remember. I think it was back in 2015, 2016.
Yeah, probably.
Starts becoming, a
Yeah.
bit famous here. Now I'm seeing a lot of knowledge. A lot of people know about Muay Thai, about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I think
Exactly.
Jiu-Jitsu blew up in the world in general, to be honest. BJJ blew up in the world in
Exactly.
general. But here, also got a huge attraction. A lot of people wanted to go and train. From your perspective, how easy was it for you, like when you first came here and you're trying to train and tell people about Jiu-Jitsu? How was the knowledge and how was that experience like?
Yeah.
when you came
It wasn't that easy because some people,
here?
they're not used to the fact that it's too close.
Yeah,
You have to be close to the person.
exactly.
It's on the ground. So some people, they feel at the beginning uncomfortable or they don't understand what is going on. But when they start to feel like, okay, actually this is beneficial for myself, for my mind, for my body, I am learning something that is going to be useful for me for life. Because jiu-jitsu can change your perspective of how you see yourself, your body, and life-wise, That's what I like. So first, that was the most the challenge because some ladies they start to do or some kids, but then they're uncomfortable with some situations. So we had to make them feel comfortable about it and also in the same time have fun. For the kids, they must have fun.
True.
Then they have this commitment. Okay,
True.
I have to commit to the class. Then I can learn something, but also I can change the belt color. For kids, we have more color belts to make them feel like, okay, I have to go because I want to be gray belt. I want to get my yellow
Yeah.
belt. I want
You
to,
made it excited for them.
excited about it.
Yeah.
Plus the gaming stuff. For the adults, was most about the community. You feel like, okay, the woman. I am actually strong. I'm actually capable to defend myself if something, God forbid, happens. Or I'm just if I can be in a stressful situation on the mat, I can find a solution. Why not in a stressful situation during day by day? Right?
That's
Yes.
very interesting.
Yes.
That is very,
So-
very, very interesting.
Yes. Plus, they became friends, and then they. Yes, it's not only about being there and train. You've been there, and you have friends that you want to
Absolutely.
fight
Exactly.
each other,
It
but
becomes
they
a community.
a community. Yes.
Yeah. You're right, and the bond and the brotherhood, I would say,
Exactly.
also the sisterhood, and
Yes.
that it builds. It's just it's just top notch. I
Yeah.
mean, people I think really don't realize that until they train in a martial arts community, right? Like the brotherhood that it builds is just
It's
top notch.
amazing. Yeah.
It's just an absolute great bonding. Just competing and fighting.
Yeah.
Learning to fight and other is just it just builds that.
Yeah, and then I think was back, I don't know, in 2019 or 2018,
Yeah.
that we start to have some tournaments. And surprisingly, some of the ladies that I was training, they joined it because they want to
Really?
test themselves.
A jiu-jitsu tournament.
Yes, and it
That
was
is
like mother
beautiful.
of three, mother of two. They're competing.
That is beautiful.
They made me proud.
That is beautiful.
Yes,
to be
it is.
honest.
It is.
How do you see the level so far?
The level?
The level of jiu-jitsu here in Saudi
It's
Arabia.
good actually.
Yeah.
Yes, because people they are very committed.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I liked about it because before it's the fear
Yeah.
and they don't know what is this and then they try and they just get so excited about it and committed
Yeah.
that things go like it flows. And then now we have the Saudi Jiu-Jitsu Federation,
Yep.
and of course people they are competitive. They don't want to be like okay, I want to be part of this.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to represent my country.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's very good. And also we have
agree.
two Saudi brothers back in Jeddah that they used to train at the gym that they train at the gym that that I start with. They used to train with also my ex-husband, and then they're conquering the world because they went to California. They went.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
they got
speaking
gold.
About Saif and
Nada's brother,
who?
Omar Nada.
Omar Nader brother. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
okay.
his brother.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah. Because there's also another one.
and also safe. Yeah.
Yeah. Couple of them who are doing these.
No, they're like they are beasts. They
Yeah,
are
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure. And also one thing that I like it, they put this name of Saudi Arabia on the lights
Yeah. Yeah.
back in US. Okay.
You're right. You're right. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Just raising that flag and that honor. And just competing
Yeah.
in general in such a new sport. Do you like? We're seeing a lot of focus from from the private, specifically from the government sector, on also marketing and trying as much as possible to also build the great knowledge about importance of exercising and sports in Saudi
Exactly.
Arabia. Specifically, that we are a young generation.
Yes, true.
Now we got the sports boulevard for walking. As you said, jiu-jitsu federations are opening.
Yeah.
So
And so many
exercising
now.
is becoming very, important here in the kingdom. The
Yes.
culture, part of the culture even.
Yes, true. And now so many events, boxing events, MMA events here.
Yeah.
Something that I saw, I remember back then, I think we had one boxing event in 2019. That's it. Now, all of a sudden, now we have a lot of.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the
Are
whole
you-
year we can see, like we can follow the calendar and just go.
Are
Same
you a
for
boxing or
jiu-jitsu.
MMA fan? Do you like to go watch like?
I like MMA fan.
You're an
I am.
MMA fan. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You ever attended any because we had a couple of UFC events and
Yeah, the UFC,
And
no, but
Bellator events?
yes, Bellator I was.
yeah.
I watched
you
Chris
were there.
Cyborg because it was my dream. Since so, back in the days, I think 10 years, I was like, it was my dream to watch her,
Really?
and I watch her here. It's funny. She's Brazilian. I never saw her in Brazil, but here
How was that experience like?
was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to speak about you, Lydia, about your
Okay.
life here. How is your life here? It comes into was. Yeah, but I want to speak about your expectation before you came.
Ah, okay.
Specifically,
Yes. It's interesting.
you're like, oh, I'm a woman. What's gonna happen
Yeah.
here? How am I gonna have my life here?
True.
And and now that you're here, share with me.
Yeah.
that
Like I said
experience.
before, when I got the job offer, when I was searching, I heard there was only bad things. I cannot do this, I can't do that, and this and that. Some of the things okay, but some was like wasn't true. For example, one thing was saying that I couldn't wear red nail polish. was like, wow, okay, it's my favorite color. Okay, what can I do? And then I am someone who has tattoos. I am someone that I'm not like someone who was used to cover. As a Brazilian, we show our body.
Mm.
But then when I came, I was like, okay, I can cover, but I can walk safely here. One thing, they said that men will not respect women here, which is the other way around, because here I'm very respected. And if someone tried to say otherwise, I got really angry, because here I feel safe. In my country, unfortunately, we don't. I got robbed there 3 times for like, okay. And here, if I get like, if I let my phone in one restaurant or anywhere, if I go back there, I gonna find it. Yes. So it's very safe. It's
True.
very like people are super friendly. I never felt disrespected. Even if I'm not Muslim, I never felt like how can I say pushed to okay, you have to go. No, never. People they always respect me. They were curious about my culture as I'm curious about yours. So it was like a surprise. That's why when I came, I supposed to be here for 2 years, and I'll be here for 7 years. If it wasn't, if it was bad as I was expecting, I would never, I think, be here for longer than 2 years. Yes.
True, true. That is just heart touching, you know. These, I mean, these things, and absolutely, no, safety is one of the great. You know, it's
Yes.
definitely, it's a great blessing that a lot of us, or even sometimes Saudi, also take for granted, and you know how
Yeah.
much
True.
of a blessing it is just to, you know,
Yeah.
just to be safe
Yeah.
in general. You know, what about activities, communities, mixing with the culture? How's
Yeah.
that been
Yeah,
working
it was
for
nice.
with you?
Back in Jeddah, I have some friends, they're musicians. So I used to attend their, like, then doing like shows or art. They are very artistic,
Mm.
which was also nice because I
Mm.
like it because actually my degree is on fashion design. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very into like cultural and art and stuff. So they have this and now they have a lot of concerts, so we can go to concerts. We can just enjoy like the desert. We can go for hikings. There are so many activities that we can do here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I usually do.
Yeah.
Either I go for hikings. If I cannot go for hike, I just meet my friends. We gather or go to the movies or
Mhm.
restaurants or festival or just stay home
Yeah.
and chill.
Yeah. Do you drive?
Yes, I do.
That's very good. That's
Yeah.
very good. You came here today with a car, with your
Yes,
car?
with my
Yeah.
car.
Yeah. Yeah. The traffic is good today, huh?
Today, yes, but the traffic here is
This time
crazy.
is good.
This
This
time is
time is very good.
perfect.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the traffic here is crazy.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Do you live in a compound or do you live like in a?
No, now I live in a house, but
Uh-huh.
before I was living in a compound.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And actually was one thing that because before when I came, I remember my ex-husband, he was worried about how I would adapt as a woman, and like feminist and here and that. I have
Making
tattoos,
friends and all
making
that.
friends and how I would feel. And then the guy from our company back then, he told him, oh, maybe you guys can live in a compound because there are expats there. But then we thought, no, because we like to get introduced to the culture.
Yeah.
We like to, to be part of, like, if we're going to live here, let's live here the fullest.
With
So
the
we decide,
people,
yes, with the people. So we decide to rent an apartment so we can just live as everyone,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not like with a privilege of being a compound and don't have the Saudi rules there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Now mixed with the Saudi community.
Yes.
Yeah. And now, like your friend circles, are they like a mixed community? Do you have like any Saudis?
Yes, mixed community.
Yeah, yeah.
Saudis. I have two of my best friends. They're Saudis, a guy and a woman.
Mhm.
And then yes, Arab, and then expats in general. Yes, and some Brazilian. If I count like how many Brazilians and expats, I have more expat friends, especially Arab friends, than Brazilians.
Wow, wow. And I was surprised to see how many were you surprised to see how
Yes.
many Brazilians are here?
Yeah. Yes, we have. When I say when someone who meets me for the first time and I'm the first Brazilian, they're like, "Are there Brazilians here?" I said, "Yes, and a lot."
Am I the first person?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot like,
Yeah.
Portuguese and Brazilians,
Yes.
and was language an issue? Well, like, was it like, or was it easy for you to communicate?
Yeah. No. When I came here, I came already. I spoke English before,
Mm-hmm.
and some Arabic words I catch. Like, okay, they're always saying that. Then I ask the meaning. Then I can like, because before when I didn't have a car, I had to take Uber. Can I say Uber? I
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
I
yeah.
did
Yeah,
already.
yeah. You already did.
I
Yeah.
already did.
The
So I was
Uber
like,
payer,
yeah,
that's a free.
yeah. So I was like, okay, how I gonna tell the directions? So
Mm.
I learned the directions. Yes, sorry, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, Ana Monjur,
Your
this
Arabic,
kind
huh?
of.
How's your Arabic?
No,
Arabic going?
for the 7 years, it's not good. Actually,
Okay.
it's not good.
But you know a couple, but you understand, like,
Yes.
you understand what people are
Yes.
speaking others, yeah.
Some things. Plus, I can give directions, or sometimes when I had the students, like kids, who couldn't speak English, I could teach them with some words or like,
That's very good. That's very
yeah.
good. And how, like, the idea of jiu-jitsu, or personal training, how do you see the acknowledgement and the attraction to it from the locals here? Is it, are people now oriented with the idea of jiu-jitsu, personal training? Are you getting a lot of,
Yes. So
is it a
now,
big
as a
market from
personal
a business perspective?
trace, yes, actually, most of my clients are Saudis.
Mm-hmm.
I could say 80% are
Okay.
Saudis. Saudi, either on jiu-jitsu or for fitness, because what I'm doing now is a mobile personal trainer, so I go to people's place, so they don't need to face the traffic. That is
Yeah.
crazy here. They
Yeah.
have the convenience to have my expertise and my knowledge at their places.
Yeah.
Same for jiu-jitsu, and they want to know, they want to get fit, they want to
Of course.
do something.
Yeah.
Yes, which is really really good.
That is perfect.
Yes.
I love that idea,
Yeah.
to, 2 classes at least,
Yeah.
someone pushing you. I
Yeah,
think it
pushing
helps.
you, yes. And I
I
always
think it
like,
helps a lot.
okay, they can ask me anything, and I can give them some advice or some stuff, or giving them a push, even when you're not having the classes, and they like this. Yes.
That's
Because
very
here there are some gyms for ladies, but
Yeah.
not a lot. So, or the location is not convenient, especially because of the traffic.
Yeah, yeah.
So
exactly.
until they get ready, until they take the car, until they get there, and it's gonna be crowded probably.
Yeah.
Yes. Then or they go back
So
home.
yeah.
So they just like
It
it's,
is.
it's better.
It's convenient. to
It's
be honest,
convenient. And it makes or the same effect as you go to the gym, or even better, because
True.
you're having a personalized training only for you.
Exactly. And someone's coming to just
Yes.
sit with you one on one, and
Yes.
even if you don't feel like it, you will motivate them to.
Exactly.
Sometimes
Yeah.
when someone is on top of your head, do the push-up, Walid.
Yeah.
You're gonna do the push-up.
Yes. I have some clients that they're like, "Oh my gosh, I was about to cancel," but I was like, "No, let me have her, even if I don't want to do."
Yeah.
Yes, she
Yeah.
comes and makes me do it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that. I like that. So, Lydia, like, I love the aspect of all of that, and what do you like do? How do you spend your Ramadan here?
My Ramadan,
Of course, this is
working.
not your first experience, but this is like your maybe seventh experience.
Yes, working. Yes, it's a little bit. The first Ramadan was crazy because I was like, okay, so I have to work until 2 a.m. So I have to go back. It's like, then at first I was like talking to myself, okay, but I'll try to sleep early. But then by the end of the week, you're just doing the same thing that
Yeah.
everyone is doing. You're
Yep.
going back.
Yeah, you're just doing the same
Yes,
thing.
the same thing. And then
Yeah.
last year I did the whole Ramadan. I did the fasting because I want
Re-
to feel the experience.
Really?
Yes, last year I did.
Ah.
Yes.
How was
And
it? You did it the whole month?
Yes, the days permitted as a woman.
Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
did everything as
Wow.
all my clients told me how to do. I
Wow.
did.
Wow.
The first day was the 2 hours before. The iftar was hard, but then I was just like natural,
Wow.
and I
How
felt so light.
really?
Yes.
Oh. How was that experience like to you? Like fasting for a whole, or you know, as much as you
Yeah.
can for a whole month with,
Yeah, it was nice. It was
yeah.
like more like it's like I felt light. My
Mm.
mind was more, and then I felt, and then you feel like you're being also part. And some people are asking me, "Why? But why you don't need?" I said, "But I want to. It's not like I need. I want. I want to feel
Mm.
the experience. I want to,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes, and it's very nice. And plus, I had some night walkings with my friends, which was also
yeah. Yeah.
great. And the environment itself, the everything, the lights and people,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
it was very
You're
nice.
right, you're right. There's something about this Ramadan energy for some reason.
Exactly.
And you lived in Jeddah and Riyadh.
Yes.
Which one was your favorite?
Jeddah people hate me now. My favorite is Riyadh.
Riyadh. You
Yes,
like?
first was Jeddah,
Uh-huh.
but because I was grown up in a big city,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
São Paulo, Riyadh is pretty much similar. The
Uh-huh.
traffic, the buildings, people and stuff, the lights, everything
Mm.
is so similar. So I
Mm.
feel like more like home, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Jeddah is nice, the beach, like the nature, the sea. The Red Sea is one of the most beautiful that I ever saw
Yeah.
in my life. It's very beautiful. But here I feel more like home.
Yeah. You been around other than Jeddah and Riyadh, like you travel inside?
Daman
Mm-hmm.
for work. Yes, Daman Khobar.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, Lydia, you've been here since 2017, I would say, now it's 20. So you witnessed some changes,
Yes.
right?
A lot.
Yeah, how did you see it from your perspective? Like you came here, like you like seeing the changes. How fast was it and what was going on
Yeah,
that
it
you
was
saw?
fast because I remember first for me as a woman, the first thing that was like all of a sudden that was the abaya
Mm.
because we had to cover and then we could now like dress like at least modest, but
Yeah.
don't need to wear the abaya. The restaurant that was like for single and family because I had a first week here. I remember I was in a mall and I sit on the single section.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know, and then the waiter he looked at me and said, "Ma'am, you have to go to the other section." Yes, I found this like a funny.
Yeah, yeah, that was the
It was
beginning.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was the beginning, and
Yeah.
then now there is not. It's actually good because then we are open for example, the concerts
Yeah.
or the event. Because it's mixed, it's also open for tourism. Because
True.
also before they didn't have the tourist visa.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the first tourist visa was when they have the Formula A in Jeddah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I don't know, it was 2019. I think
Something
January
like that. Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that
Yeah.
was the first time.
Yeah.
Yes.
2018, I think so.
Yeah.
2018.
So for me, it's good because then people they were curious about it. They came and they see like how things actually work,
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
than the media, the Western media, because the Western media they like to do like drama. Yeah, they dramatize everything. They are,
A lot of
sorry.
nonsense.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
A lot of nonsense.
Mm.
Actually, it's funny, and you're right. Sometimes they create this they try to portray something that is exactly
Yes.
the opposite of what's going on. And once you come here and meet with people, engage and live
Yeah.
live life, you know that
Yeah.
you know what I
And
mean.
I have expat friends that they are been here for 13 years, German friends. They say, no, I don't want to leave. They have this, okay, I am European, but I don't want to leave. I love Saudi and I'm going to be here
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
much as they allow me. Same
Yeah.
with me. I always tell this, okay, as much as they allow me, I'll be here.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful,
Yeah.
Lydia. And you know, hopefully we see you.
Yeah.
As much as possible. We
Yes.
spend, of course, time here. And I want to ask you, Lydia, about like your rights, you know, because you mentioned like these people, oh, the rights and the rights. Tell me but like, do you feel like you're doing everything you want?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, respecting the culture. That's one thing that I always tell people who comes here as a new
Yeah.
expats. You respect the culture, and they embrace you, and that's it. I don't feel like, okay, there is no, for example, alcoholic beverage in the supermarket.
Yeah.
It's not something that I feel like I need to have,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, because I can live without it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I dress in a way that is like too showing, it's showing my, I don't need this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, okay, because as I said, in my country, we have this fake idea of freedom. But when you go on the street, we have so many cases of harassment or stuff that I don't have here, for example. And even if they just look or they say something, they just like, they are not like, they will not try something. They are not like, because they fear stuff.
Yeah.
They fear God. They fear the law. Yes, so I don't feel like, so I feel more free here than there, because there I always afraid. I
Mm.
can get robbed, they can harass me, they can do something to me. And here, no, I can walk 2, 3, 4 a.m. There are some streets that are dark that I can go, but in Brazil, I'll never.
Mm.
So that's
I
it. Yeah, so
I
I don't feel
understand.
like I will not, yes.
Yeah.
And the rights and woman here, one thing that also they think is not, and that's not true. Women here, they work. There are a lot of women working. Some women, my class, they work because they want. Sometimes not because they need, because they want. They study for that. They have qualifications. So why not work?
Mm-hmm.
They like talking about jiu-jitsu again. My clients, they are Muslim, and the husband were pushing them to, yes,
To do.
to
Yeah.
do,
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah,
And that's kind of interesting, to be honest. And I agree with you. I think we're very now diverse,
yeah.
open culture. But the way you described it, Lydia, was just purely. I couldn't have,
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes,
uh,
because it's what I see. Like
yeah.
I said, I like to know the culture so I can compare. And for me, the most important, I like the changes, but I think we still have to keep the traditional
True.
there. I don't think some things can, because I think otherwise you're gonna lose the beauty of the whole like thing, the culture, how you guys, the essence
You're right.
of being like in Saudi Arabia, of being Muslim. Some things that are not. I don't think like it's necessary or we need.
Hmm.
The way it is for me is very good.
Awesome. That's very
Yes.
awesome. You said it exactly, and I remember even like the crown prince
Yeah.
saying that we can we can modernize and diverse and become as
Yes.
much open-minded as possible,
Yeah.
but
We still keep some. Yeah.
still of course holding on to our heritage
Exactly.
and culture, and that's what being open-minded is. That's me being
Exactly.
open-minded to culture in Brazil, so and vice
Yes.
versa, open-minded to this culture and respecting each other's culture. This is
Yes.
exactly
Exactly.
a great
Because I always
example I
felt
see here.
respected here. So why I would not like, or why I would want you guys to switch like this from your culture to my culture, and just no.
I love that, Lydia. I love
Yeah.
that, and I appreciate these words. Lydia, how about how was your so 7 years here, right? Like so, you've been exposed to different foods.
Yes. I
I'm
gained
sure-
some weight here
Oh,
because I want
really?
to. Yes, because I want to try everything because I love everything. Some food reminds me of Brazil, so I was like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, really.
Ramadan. Oh my gosh, there is some sligmat, like
What
the
is it?
balls that has
El Gemat.
gilmat. Oh my
Gemat.
gosh,
Oh
so
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. Right. It's good.
Yes, and sambusas, and then there's the one with cream.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Are you speaking about the
Lig-
masub?
Masub.
Masub
Masub is the one that I tried, but I didn't like it.
It's very heavy.
It's very heavy. Yes.
Gemat's good. It's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
And but yep, it will. Will It will make a fit person gain some
Yeah,
weight,
but I love
unfortunately.
really. Yes.
You know, but nothing that a good workout cannot move.
Yeah, but then we have to. The problem is we get addicted to some Arab foods, and
Yeah,
then we're like, okay, but now I have to count my calories. Yeah,
we gotta do a calorie cut.
yeah,
You're right. You're right. I agree with you
yeah. What I
100%.
love, really.
I think that's one of the things about to be honest. And now also, we can see here that there is. I want to go back to jiu-jitsu. To be honest, it's a sport I love
Yeah,
martial art in general.
yeah. And I love that you love it. Yes,
And I was trained, by the way, by Tiago Mascarenas. He was
yes.
one of the first people to train me just along with
I
Rafael
think he was the
Rodriguez.
first one, Brazilian black belt who came here to Saudi.
Absolutely, yes. And
Yes,
that was in 2015.
yes. He was the
2015.
first. Yes,
He's one of
he
the
was the
first
pioneer.
First Saudis to come here, and he was able to grow a whole big community
Exactly.
of people who loved that sport,
Yeah.
and then start training along, of course, with Rafael Rodriguez,
Yes.
who also
For Muay Thai,
he
yes.
teaches Muay Thai
And
and
kickboxing,
boxing.
yes. He's amazing.
It was a great times to me to be honest. And I'm grateful to these two, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have loved and trained it for that long. I think and I
Yes.
think that martial arts in general, whether it was jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, or boxing, I think it helps the person in general. I don't know why.
Yes.
Even if you want to be successful in business or as an engineer, when you train your mindset,
Yes.
it
It
kind of gives you a
change.
different kind of mindset for some reason.
Exactly.
Like confident in others.
And I don't know if you heard about it. They told you, like, in the mats, we are the same.
You're right.
Doesn't matter your, position or etc.
True.
And also, again, it's like you are put in so many like situations there that you are able to think, and you have to think fast
True.
because you are attacking and defending at the same time.
Yeah.
So this way that you have to do it on the mats, you can also apply on your personal life,
Yeah.
on business or personal life. Because come on,
I agree.
imagine if, like you, for example, they put someone that is heavier than on top of you, smashing you, like, I'm not breathing. Okay, maybe he's gonna choke me or do something, like,
Yeah.
and then you are able to think, get your like self back and escape.
True.
This is
Yeah.
amazing. And then you
It's-
are able to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Absolutely right. It helps. I think
Yeah.
it helps with self-confidence.
Yes.
It helps to keep you humble. Like, you could go to a gym thinking you're a tough guy.
Yes.
I'm a tough guy. I can do that. Bam, in 10 seconds, someone can submit you, can choke you, can,
Yes. Exactly.
or put you in in a leg lock.
Yes.
Yeah, you
True.
would never feel something like that in your life. And, or just you would strike with someone and then you
Yeah.
become humble. Like, I want to learn this art. And there's
Exactly.
respect added, a lot of respect also
Yes.
implemented in that art too as well. And
Yes.
I think it's just a beautiful.
Yes, that's why I always tell, like, if the parents can put their kids on it, it's nice because they're
Yeah.
gonna have this aspect of, without noticing, they will start to have the commitment, the respect, this
True.
kind of stuff. Then it's also works against like bullying, because you never know. For example, your kids you have at home, but you cannot always like keep your eyes 24/7 when they're at
Yes,
school.
You're right.
Sometimes you don't know what's going on there,
You're right.
right? And then they will feel like, I had kids that the parents came to tell me, oh, my kid, maybe there's something, I think, at school because they are smaller or they're this or that. I want them to be stronger and more confident.
Mhm.
Yes.
I agree.
So some kids, they are like easier to learn or more stronger, but some they take more time.
Mhm.
The ones who takes more time are the ones that I appreciate the evolution. I feel like, wow,
Mhm.
it's
I
very
agree
nice.
with you 1,000%. 1,000%.
And this, like, it really happens, and it really helps. Like, it's
Mhm.
crazy.
Mhm. It does. It
Yeah.
does. It does. Now, Lydia, before I conclude, I want to give you a couple of I want to give you like the last word. to be honest. I think I really enjoyed our conversation a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Very, very genuine, very real also. And how you were explaining different things, describing also different things. I think you said it, that a lot of us journalists or even
Good.
politicians can say.
Okay. Okay.
So I
Yes.
give you the last word, whatever,
The last
is
word about.
last word, last word. And you know what they say,
I don't
ladies is
know.
first. Ladies also, you give them the last thing. She tells the last word. What it was from,
About.
whatever you want to speak about or mention.
Okay. Now, what I want to speak about is mostly about how grateful I am about Saudi Arabia. I was talking to someone early before our interview that even I was here before COVID. I was here during COVID. I choose to not go back to my country because here I felt like the government really cares about people, not only the Saudi people, but the people who are here, the foreigners. Okay, so I'm just grateful. And when I see the changes, I'm grateful to be able to see the changes. When I see okay, some people who start to do some women judges with me, they're still competing or they are changing, I am grateful. The kids, I'm grateful. So here, the only thing I have to say, I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful that God gave me the opportunity to come, the opportunity to stay, and the opportunity to be part of the history of
Mm.
Saudi Arabia.
We're
That's
grateful
it.
to have you too as well,
Yes.
just and also
Thank
for all
you.
the great knowledge that you're bringing also and helping
Yes.
also the new generation
Yes,
or
exactly.
even people old like me also learn how to be in good
You are
shape
not,
and fitness. Help
no, you're not
help
old.
us. But Lydia,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank
A
you for
great
having me
pleasure.
again.
And for sure, I'll be having a class, finish
Yes,
with you. I would love to
please.
have,
Yes,
to
of
have a couple of
course. I
classes with
told
you.
I teach
We'll
everyone
do
from
that.
kids, from boys, men, everyone.
Very good. Very good.
Yes.
Appreciate that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Lydia. Thanks a
Welcome.
lot.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, thank you so much for watching, and have a great, beautiful, positive day. Stay in shape and follow this
Yes, follow
great
me.
woman. And she has a lot of great knowledge also as well. Have a good day.
Yes.